football's a cruel game, losing to penalties is never nice. I thought we did really well throughout the game. I thought our press was really good, and we had some good opportunities. But again, we have to take into consideration this is the first game of the year, and it's a final, and it'll obviously you want to win every game, but I think it's always hard losing a final and losing a trophy. But I think it's going to help us have that hunger to continue to start where we left off from last year.
Thanks, Coach. Start in the room.
Seb, you just kind of touching on that, having a game like this where the players feel the disappointment of losing at home before the season technically even starts, how beneficial is that just for the mentality of this team to kind of hit the ground running come next week?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say that we lost because it was 1-1 after 90 minutes and we lost on penalties, of course, but I thought the performance was there. I thought it was, they scored a tremendous free kick. It would have been very difficult to save that regardless, but I thought we played a really good game. I thought we were intense. I thought we played some good football, again, considering it was our first game of the year also, but yeah, I think it'll motivate us more to get that win against Chicago next week.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for speaking to us. What was your goal coming into the game against the Spirit?
To win. Yeah. No, listen. We want to win every game, especially if there's a trophy on the line. We also have to understand where each player's at in this stage of the season. Using Rafa as an example, getting her to 45 minutes was a win for us. She hasn't played too many minutes during pre-season. And, the other thing is we've had internationals away during that break, and so them going away representing their national teams on different stages has been great, but it's also been difficult during those moments where you want to implement your ways again and get that team cohesion going also. But it looked pleasing from my side that there was those connections and there was that understanding in today's game, and I think the last part of the jigsaw is to capitalise on those goal-scoring moments.
Coach, a couple of players specifically, Hafa, who you mentioned, and Ali Watt. What did you see from those two players who maybe got a big opportunity in a big spot here tonight?
Yeah, Rafa missed a lot of football last year. You can see what she brings when she's on the field, and so getting her to 45 minutes was a goal of ours. We would have liked to keep her on the field for longer, but you're putting a player at risk at that moment. So it was nice to see her and contributing and getting a goal, because we know that she can contribute in goal-scoring moments as well. And we have full belief in Ali. She's been great. You saw her class towards the end of last year. She's taking that on this year. After the first game, and so yeah, I thought they were brilliant tonight, as well as the rest of the team. I thought they were great. I thought we minimised a lot of Washington's play, and that's a collective effort from everyone. It's not just the back line, it's not just the midfield, it's the forwards as well, playing a part with that, and yeah, I think there was a lot of good performances tonight.
Thank you, Seb. Obviously, another result you guys wanted. Obviously, Rafa scored a goal. You guys had a really good game defensively. The reason of her substitution, was it more like a tactical, like to use Julie on the wings with the other wing with Ali, or was it more a precaution?
What, with bringing Rafa off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said earlier that she hasn't played a lot of game time. last year and going into pre-season, and so the max we could get out of her was 45 minutes, and that was a win for us. And I think, with the versatility that we have with each player, moving a few players around, Hayley McCutcheon and then went to right back, Angelina went into centre midfield, and bringing Julie on in a familiar position on the wing. Like, they've all played in those positions. But the goal for today was to get Rafa, some significant minutes on the field, because she'd missed a lot of playing time previously.
I'm going to go to the Zoom really quick. Jason?
Hi, Seb. Thanks for speaking with us. I wanted to ask two quick ones. First, you mentioned the pressing structure that you're pleased with. What elements of that were you specifically looking to achieve some things and shut the Spirit down?
Yeah, like win the ball higher up the field. I thought we did that. I thought there was a real togetherness with the press. I thought they, it wasn't just one or two pressing. It was a full collective effort. And we know that Washington like to play. We know that they like to draw you out of positions. And I thought we caused them some problems throughout the game with our press and the intensity of our press and the collective effort of everyone. So that's where I was most pleased about. And yeah, I think the last part of that is capitalising on those moments when we do win the ball. Can we turn those turnovers into goal-scoring opportunities?
And then the second question is about Morgan Gautrat. You got 66 minutes out of her tonight. I know towards the end of last season, you weren't able to maybe play her for more than 15, 20 minutes a lot of the time. Do you feel that she can have the fitness level and the injury avoidance, maybe is the better way to put it, to be more able to play an hour, 70, 90 minutes even?
I mean, you brought up last year, and we had a lot of competition in that position with the likes of Hayley McCutcheon, Angelina playing in there, Viviana, Ali Lemos, Mo, and Mo had the fitness levels. It was just difficult to get her in and getting her that playing time. She got the opportunity tonight, and she showed her class and quality. And she's in a really good place. You got to take into consideration where she was prior to last year. She didn't play a lot of minutes, and we had to manage that. But she's had a really good off season and pre-season, and you can see a real quality player. But that goes without saying. We have to manage her and manage the rest of the team and not overload them with too much playing time. But you can also see the roster. You can see the squad that we have, and if that means that one player is playing 66 minutes of football, we've got another player who can contribute. And it may change next week. The players who are on the bench may start, and the roles may differ from week to week, but everyone knows their roles and responsibilities, and everyone's willing to contribute regardless of if they're a starter or a game changer. It's a real good group of players who all have that common goal of winning.
Thanks, Jason. We'll take one more in the room.
You mentioned Angelina a few times. We saw her in the first half play on the left, a little further forward. Can you talk about how she's done in that role that's a little different than last year?
Well, if you remember last year, she started there. She started as an 11, inverting. She's capable of playing multiple positions. We felt tonight that was an area that we could exploit with Washington's press. We would have liked to have got her the ball a lot more in that first half in that position. But again, it's that understanding and chemistry and more work on the training field that would have helped us get her in those positions where she can be threatening and again provide Barbara or Ali the ball in those moments. But yeah, Angelina's a great footballer. She can play multiple positions. She can very much play as an 11 inverted. She can play wide. She can play as a 10. She can play 6 or an 8. we like good footballers here, and again, it doesn't matter where you play, it's contributing to the team and playing to your strengths and your talents.
All right, last one, Austin.
Speaking of that tactical flexibility within the team, the game film on this team, your Pride team, is well known now with everybody kind of gunning for you. You mentioned it earlier in the week that you're the top dog now. How do you maintain that tactical flexibility to not kind of just rest on your laurels of what you were able to accomplish last year with the tactics that you were able to employ, and try and be a bit more tactically flexible to kind of catch teams off guard?
I think we showed that all last year. I think we have the players who can unlock teams. You know, at the start of last year, a lot of teams pressed us and recognised that we had some pace up front and might have exposed them in those moments. Second half of the season, teams started to sit off us, and we found ways of, you know, finding our creative players in the pockets and multiple movements and rotation. So I don't think it changes. You have to be, you know, understanding of what a team, the opponent, gives you to unlock them, and so we'll do the same throughout the year. We've got so many strengths to our game model. Again, if the team wants to high press us, we've got, you know, a lot of speed with Barbara, Ali, Priska now here with the club, Julie. And then if a team wants to, you know, sit off us, we've got really good creative players who can sit in pockets and move the ball very quickly. And you know, we've got to find different ways of scoring goals within the game. So, yeah, it's exciting. We're fortunate to have these privileges as well. But yeah, it's game one, and we're ready for next week against Chicago.